Springtrap. Okay, so now FNAF is in Dead by Daylight, and the killer that comes with it is Springtrap. Now, we all know who Springtrap is. Probably, if not one of the most popular characters in FNAF. Now, why is Springtrap in Dead by Daylight? Why not Freddy? Why not anyone else? It's because he's literally the only, confirmed murderer. I mean, Freddy sure kills you in the games, but I mean, there are children in there. Springtrap, or William Afton, the guy inside the suit, is actually the murderer that, is the entire premise of Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, anyways, Springtrap and William Afton, all in the game. Now, honestly, I love his character. Not only his model, but just the detail is insane. Of course, we have William Afton, his rotting corpse, inside of Springtrap. And not trying to be rude, but, I mean, it is better than Scott's model. But we all know Scott wasn't that good at making humans. He's notorious for it. But you know what? We still love him. Anyways, Springtrap, the new killer. Honestly, really good killer. Well, I know he's probably going to get countered a lot because, it is literally the day he released. But you know what? That's okay. So, we got Springtrap. What are his abilities? Basically, Springtrap, of course, has a steak knife. And his little change to the maps is that there's these security doors. The survivors can look through the cameras to search for Springtrap, and if they do find him, if they stare at him long enough via the camera, it'll mark him and show everyone where he is. However, Springtrap, sees this. He can just throw his axe at the camera and then boom. No mark. The doors also work for Springtrap and the survivors the same way, other than the camera bit. They can walk through the doors, both of them, Springtrap and the survivors, and go to any other door on the map. Whether that be completely far down the map, or it's just the closest door, next to a generator or next to a hooked person. And Springtrap can do that too. I think maybe a little bit faster than survivors can, but yeah. Anyways, Springtrap, if he happens to be traversing a door while you're traversing a door, or any survivors traversing the door, he just grabs them. Instant grab. You don't even need to do a lick of damage to the survivor. You just grab them, and you'll be able to put them to a hook. And most likely, if you go through the door, you're most likely near a hook. And the one bad thing is, you don't go to the door you were going to. Once you grab a survivor, you go to the door that you originally entered from. So, if there's not a hook there, you're kind of screwed. But I don't think they're going to wiggle out of you if you bring the right perks, I guess. Anyways, second ability, or main ability, actually, is the Fire Axe. Now, this Fire Axe has two features. It's basically like Huntress and her hatchet. All you gotta do is just throw the thing. Its gravity is a little hard to control, but you'll get the hang of it. Anyways, with this axe, if you hit a survivor, you can go up to that survivor and instantly grab them, and you'll do a little jump scare, and you'll just pick them up. However, the survivors, to counteract this, can just take the axe out. Now, the axe might not be the very best thing to take out because it's a little long, maybe 7 or 10 seconds, give or take. But you're gonna be running, so I highly doubt he'll grab you before if you just hold down the axe. Anyways, if he mixes the axe, first of all, he can't aim for shit. Anyways, if he misses the axe, it embeds itself in the ground, and that inside the ground, if a survivor walks through it, it marks them, and Springtrap gets a little haste. I think survivors also get haste. Anyways, Springtrap can throw this on the ground and keep it there. Why would he do this? Why wouldn't he want this available? Well, first of all, he can instantly return it. It can instantly return to him. But also, I think, he's a little heavier when he has the axe, and that just means that, he'll be slower, and he might not be able to catch the people during chases. So, leaving it on the ground is a smart idea, but it's also a tool you kind of want to have ready. And one thing that I figured out during this playthrough that you're seeing in the background, if you throw the axe at someone, you can't attack. It takes you a little bit to actually, do your M1. Anyways, same thing with reclaiming the axe. Now, he has many jump scares. It's kind of all, like, it's random. Depending on when he gets in the door, depending on where you are in the door, it's just... However, he's a good killer. I mean, first of all, his just freaking aesthetic is amazing. And, I mean, his music design is peak, bro. The arcade cabinets combined within them, amazing. Now, Springtrap also has his Mori, of course. And his Mori is basically, he picks the survivor up via his knife. He brings them to this robot, this, like, endoskeleton with, like, buzzsaws on them. He puts the survivor there, then they get buzzsawed, blah, 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 blah. They fall to the ground, and then Springtrap does a final jump scare. And that's the end of his Mori. His Mori's not long, so you can take a little bit of time to do it. But it's like any other Mori, pretty much. And the jump scares aren't really the best, but we all know Springtrap isn't a notorious jump scare. FNAF 3, he's literally just staring at you while he dies. So having a little bit of opening the mouth to see the corpse is pretty good. However, the screams, they should have used the FNAF 3 screams. Just saying, it would have been so good. But you know what? That's okay. I'm happy we at least got him in the game, finally. FNAF deserved to be in Dead by Daylight so much. Anyways, Springtrap as a character, amazing. I've played a couple games with him, and I've killed the entire lobby multiple times. Now, am I saying that he's hard to play? Not really. I mean, you do gotta get used to the, aiming your axe. Other than that, you're kinda good. He's kinda easy to play. And, compared to other characters, he's gonna be easier. And is he easy to go against? Kind of. He's pretty fun to go against, actually. You never know where he is. You never know if you're gonna go into a door and instantly die. So you can't be safe at that door. That's awesome. Even though it's helping survivors, it also makes them scared because they don't want to go in there and instantly get grabbed. So it's a penalty. So high risk, high reward, But Springtrap is kind of easy to counter. I've seen it, after going against all these Springtraps because it's his opening day and waiting in a long queue. He's pretty easy to counter. Does that mean he's bad? No. If you know how to play Springtrap, you can absolutely decimate the lobby. Now, his 3 personal perks. Springtrap's 3 personal perks are Phantom Fear, Help Wanted, and Haywire. Phantom Fear allows Springtrap to get any person that looks at him in his terror radius to scream. It's on a 60-second cooldown, and after that, you can have it again. This is actually very useful because in many situations, I don't know where the survivors are, but I hear them scream, and I see the little indicator, boom. Instantly know where they are. It's very good. Then we got Haywire, which Haywire basically means that when the exit gates are at 80%, or if they get let go, they get reduced by 100%, so they regress the progress. This is good in the end game if you're on the person and they can't open the exit gate in time. But I mean, otherwise, this perk is kind of not the best. I mean, it's good in an endgame build, but who's running an endgame build? Unless I don't know. Anyways, his last perk, which is Help Wanted, basically means that he will kick a generator, damage it. Once he damages it, if the survivors complete that generator, his M1, his cooldown after that, will reduce by 25%, which means he'll get his M1 faster and able to hit more people. Now, his perks are overall some of the best perks we've had in a while. One bad thing about this chapter is it's just the killer. It's only him. No survivor. And I feel like we could have had a lot of survivors, or a lot of choices. We could have had Michael Afton be the survivor, which would be awesome. We could have had Vanessa be the survivor, another good one. And we could have had the new one from Secret of Mimic, Arnold. Now, I think Arnold would have been one of the best choices for the survivor. I know he literally just came out with the Dead by Daylight chapter. Huh, funny coincidence. Anyways, I feel like he would be awesome because, he's the only, protagonist that actually talks. So he would fit in. But, we can't ask for much. We got Springtrap, and his skins are awesome. We got the Yellow Bunny movie reference. We got the Glitch Trap, which Glitch Trap's Mori is, instead of the scream, he shushes you. I think that's for his jump scares as well. We got Poison Springtrap, which is a lot better. One of the better designs. His design got improved so much from FNAF AR. And then we got Clown Trap. Clown Trap looks a little goofy, so I highly doubt it. You'll run into anyone wearing that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Springtrap? Honestly, I think Springtrap is an amazing addition to the game. I mean, maybe this will mean that we'll get more indie horror games, like maybe Bendy, Poppy Playtime, Baldi, if you even believe that, maybe. But overall, I think this chapter of Dead by Daylight is awesome. Thank you. This is a new video. This is the first time trying this. Hope it's good. And if you want more, just say in the comments. I'll leave you with a funny meme. Yeah, here's the funny meme that I was talking about.
I used to have hoop dreams until I found out there were other ways to score.